All right. Welcome to an all new episode of GVN Review. Welcoming in my co-host today, Joe from Just Your Average Joe. What's going on, Joe?
What's going on, Juwaan? I am ready.
I know you're ready. So let's just get into it. Guys, we'll be breaking down the final trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife. Comes out next Friday, next Thursday for some people that like to see it the night before. But me and Joe will be breaking down this final trailer. And here we go.
I remember Revelations. And I looked as he opened the sixth seal. There was a great earthquake. Judgment Day. Raise a call.
I'm calling about what happened in New York.
There's been a ghost sighting in 30 years.
Oh my God. What is happening here? His grandfather was a Ghostbuster. Something was coming and he knew it.
I think we opened the gates of hell. Hey, have you missed this?
That was freaking awesome. Joe, the first thing you said was when we talked that you had chills. I'm not the world's biggest Ghostbusters fan. I've seen the movies. I've enjoyed them. So let me just start there for people start to kill me. I've enjoyed them. But I'm imagining how you feel is how I feel if they ever do another Die Hard. And it's not that whole he has a son BS. It literally takes place right after 3. And the trailer ends with yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. I'll melt in fucking side. Like, John McClane is everything to me. So for you being a huge Ghostbusters fan, seeing how this trailer ended, knowing that we were going to get it, but just experiencing that, man, how excited are you?
Very excited. First of all, I didn't even know we were getting another trailer. That's number one. I was surprised. I mean, this is just over a minute long, too. I was very surprised that the movie's dropping in a week.
Mm-hmm.
So or a little over a week. I was very surprised that we got it, pleasantly surprised. I'm happy I watched it. You're the one that texted me, said, hey, we're going to want to break down the Ghostbusters trailer. I was like, well, at first I thought maybe you meant the one that had just dropped not too long ago. And then you're like, no, dude, a new one dropped. So I watched it right away. And yeah, dude, the first thing that happened was I just got chills. I mean, that ending scene, they don't show, but you just hear. I'm pretty sure it's Venkman that says that. You know, you missed us. It could have been Ray, but I'm almost positive it was Venkman that said it. Did you miss us? Yes, the answer is yes. You know, I've been waiting for this movie since 1989. I've been waiting for Ghostbusters 3. You know, they're calling it Afterlife, but it's Ghostbusters 3. I've been waiting for this for over 30 years. So, yeah, I'm very excited. I cannot wait, you know, and I'm glad they didn't show too much of them in the suits.
Yeah.
That was perfect. You heard them say whatever, because in the previous trailer, we got Ray's voice when he answered the phone, you know, yeah. Ray's Occult, because that's his bookstore. And that was enough. I'm telling you, if they would have ended it there, it would have been fun.
Yep. And what I truly appreciate about this is doing what I'm waiting to see how Halloween approaches, right? You're bringing in the old, but you're embracing what the new will be, because you know these guys aren't going to want to probably do another 3 movies, 4 movies, 5 movies. So you got the kids. And Paul, by the way, let me just say this. You're excited for the OG Ghostbusters to come back, right?
Of course. And Paul Rudd.
I'm telling you right now, for me, there's nothing they can do that will outshine Paul Rudd. The little bit I've seen from Paul Rudd, he will be my standout from this movie. They're just more so the, like, I'm trying to find a, like, you're expecting that, right? You're expecting to get on screen. It's just like old times. Feeling's great.
Yeah, it's the nostalgia feeling.
Right. Paul Rudd, for me, is the new out of the old. That's going to bring a newer element to it. That's just going to make me fall in love with this franchise all over again.
Yeah, I can't deny that. I anything Paul Rudd's in, I love, honestly.
Yes. Hell yeah.
He can't do any wrong. The only thing I'm worried about, and I was worried about this for a while now. I think this dropped either earlier this year or late last year. I can't remember when it dropped, but it was just like a little clip of the movie with Paul Rudd shopping, right? And looks like whatever is a 7-Eleven or something like that, right? And all of a sudden you got like these little, and you see them again here, the little Stay Puft Marshmallow Men, going crazy in the store. And when I first saw it, I was just like, oh no. I hope that's not in the movie. I hope this is just a promo where it's just a commercial, but they're advertising Ghostbusters. But obviously it's in the movie. And look, I could be wrong, and it'll probably be funny. I'm sure it'll be funny in the movie. I was just like, oh no, because it looked weird when I first saw it, were all these little ones. But I will say it looked a little bit better in this trailer. It did, with the one blending the one in the blender. I thought it was funny. It's going to be cute. What I'm worried about, Juwaan, and I don't know if you've read anything, and obviously these are critics that got to watch the movie beforehand, and they were saying some things that I didn't like, I didn't get into it because I really didn't want to read anything specific, because I like to go into the movies fresh, especially a movie that I want to see a lot. But they were saying that they were calling it nepotism, and I can't remember exactly how it was described, but I really hope that's not the case. I really think that this is what they felt it was special. And I said this to you before. There's no way they went along with the script if they didn't think it was going to be special.
Right.
So
yeah. No, I can't speak to that. I don't know anything about that.
Don't. You're better off not. Just go into it and watching it.
All I'm basing off of is all the people that saw it at New York Comic Con. There was not one bad review from.
Good. All right, even better then. Even better. And that's all that matters then.
That's like I follow a lot of reviewers that went to New York Comic Con, because that's how I know that it got screened before it got out to the presses.
Yes.
Is that they were just like, bro, they surprised us with Ghostbusters, and it was everything.
Good.
And I'm like, okay. That's all.
That's all I want to hear.
Like I said, I'm not as big of a Ghostbusters fan as I know you are, Joel is, Pete is.
Yeah.
So for you guys, hitting the beats are more important.
Very
for me,
important.
I'm just going in, and I just need to have fun. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
And I want to see a mix. As an older fan, I do want to see a mix of old and new.
Right.
But I'm with you on that. Like, you can't really, the longevity, if they are to go further, which I don't know if they will. I mean, everybody's out to make money, right? If they are to go further, obviously the core is the kids. That's how you go further, whether it's Paul Rudd or the kids, but that's how you go further. But I need a mix, because I need an appetite. I'm sorry. I need to quench an appetite that's been looming, like I said, for over 32 years now, since 1989, wanting that third Ghostbusters film, and being an older fan, I want to see them on the screen one last time. But at the same time, I know they're older, dude. I get it, and obviously we don't have Egon anymore because Hal Ramis passed away a few years ago, or 7 years ago, whatever. But it's, it is what it is. I can't wait to see them in suit. I can't wait for them to see them in action. But I also know it's also passing of the torch. That's basically what this is.
Right. Right.
And now, I'm okay with that.
Remind me before you wrap this up. Remind me, what was the second one? Was the second one that it happened again in New York?
It was always in New York, because that's what they're from.
All three of them were in. No, but all three of them were in New York.
You mean the reboot?
No, take the reboot out. I'm sorry. The first two, they were both in New York, right?
Always.
Okay. So, are you looking for? Because now that this is outside of New York, I'm thinking they might make this more, I don't want to say global. That's not what I mean. Just that they're fighting ghosts in more than just the one town.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. First of all, I don't need it to be set in New York. That's number one. Right. Even though Ray and Winston, and I'm sure Peter are probably going to be, unless they went off to retire somewhere else. I don't really know. It's not really ever said where this place is.
Right. So I swear I thought it was Indiana, but I think I'm thinking Stranger Things.
Yeah, I think we're thinking Stranger Things again. They do have so in the very original teaser, there was a shot of what are those things called on top of buildings, or not even top of buildings, like it's a water thing, it's a water storage thing. And it didn't originally have the title of the town, but I think the newer trailers did. So I honestly can't remember where they were. But Egon obviously went somewhere and bought property. And that's where he lived, I think, the last of his days.
Right.
But if you go by what the trailer's saying and what other trailers have said, this is about the end of the world, dude. This is about end of times. This is about the apocalypse. So you're talking about a grander scale, no matter what, whether you live in
Right.
New York or,
Well,
in Europe, it's.
I'm just asking because I would like if the route that they go, when obviously they save the day, blah, blah, blah. I would like the route that they go is Ghostbusters becomes a household name for everywhere, you know? And that way it's like a traveling party. So if anybody from this older cast wants to come back for another one, they can come back for another one because it's, we saved it here. But little do we know, somewhere in Ohio or somewhere in Texas, there's ghosts that need the Ghostbusters. Because I don't know, I remember enjoying the first two. I do for sure, but I don't know if I ever liked the concept of it being just in one spot. Because at some point I just go, well, what do you do that keeps making ghosts just pop up just here? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like if you're a company, the Ghostbusters, wouldn't that be? And look, I'd be fine if they went to Jersey for one. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Vermont for one, Boston for one. It's just that I would like it to be, and again, I don't like to use the term global, but just expand a little bit, world build a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
obviously this is taking place in the suburbs. So this is going to be a completely different feel. I don't know if we're ever going to get, I don't know if we're going to get any shots, because obviously, like I said, we're going to get the other Ghostbusters. We're going to get Sigourney Weaver's character and Dana. I don't know where they currently reside, but when you're talking about the global aspect of it, obviously, like I said, this one is going to deal with the apocalypse and the coming of the end of days.
Mhm.
The first movie actually is the same premise. It's the same thing.
Right.
The reason why it was confined to New York was that was just the building itself was a conduit. It was a conduit to bring in these
Okay.
supernatural beings, but the ramifications of it would have been the whole world,
Right.
not just confined to New York.
Right.
But that's just where it happened to manifest and where the Ghostbusters were from. But I mean, when you're thinking of ghosts, I'm sure there's ghosts all over the world.
That's what I'm
If you
saying. That's
believe in
why.
that, yeah,
Right. That's why I would like Ghostbusters to be more so of a household name
yeah.
where people are just like,
And
"Are
I'm
you
surprised.
Ghostbusters?"
I'm
Like,
surprised it's not. I am curious to know. Obviously, Paul Rudd knew who they were.
right.
Paul Rudd knows,
Right.
and he's like this was big in the 80s. They were legends. They were pretty much that's what it is right now. Ghostbusters is like an old urban legend or a legend that you tell. And they go and I guess they watch events on YouTube of New York in the 80s and stuff like that. But I guess because whatever happened in the 80s, it's confined to New York itself. But they should be a household name because of what they did. But I can understand why it was confined to. I'll give you. It's just such a stupid analogy, but anyway. So my girlfriend was from Nebraska, right? Or from Nebraska. And I'm obviously old. I'm a little older than her, but I'm obviously older than you. But I used to watch when I was younger. I used to watch listen to freestyle music, right? I didn't know outside of New York, freestyle is not a thing. I had no idea. So I'm listening to these old jams, and I'm whatever. And she's like, "What is this?" I was like, "It's freestyle. You don't know freestyle?" But little did I know that it was confined to New York. So I know that's a stupid analogy, but
No, that's a good analogy because there are regional things. There are things that you do in New York, I do not do in New Jersey. There are things that we do in New York and New Jersey, they do not do in Ohio. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And like I said, it worked for those two movies, which again, I'm fine. I'm not going backwards. Going forward, I want them to become more so of a household name that we get to see, where people are literally calling them. And we get to see whether it's the kids in Paul Rudd or some of the old with some of the new going to Las Vegas to stop a massive ghost overload from taking over
Gotcha.
Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I want to see something cool like that. World build a little bit with this franchise.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. But like I said, the ramifications that they're alluding to in these trailers is on a global scale. Because like I said, you're talking about the end of days. So whether you live in New York or Las Vegas, or even like I said, Europe or whatever, the events of this movie, if they take fruition, if they actually happen and the Ghostbusters don't stop them, it means the end of the world. So
right. Yeah. So that's what I'm hoping for. But I can tell you guys right now, we are very we are very excited for Ghostbusters. It comes
Oh,
out
yeah.
next week. I was gonna say in 2 weeks, but we're in this week, and it's
Yeah,
just
no,
next week.
a little over a week.
Yeah. So please, guys, tickets are on sale now. This was kind of to drive home the promotion of that. Tickets are on sale now. Go buy your tickets. Support Ghostbusters, man. This is awesome that they're bringing it back, and I do want to see more. You know, no matter how it's formatted, whether it's old with the new or just new, I want to see more. You know.
So here's my thing though too,
Mhm.
and this was my issue with the reboot. All right, I'm okay with if we were to get a future film, and we don't get Peter, Ray, Winston, or even Dana or anybody from the original cast,
Mhm.
that's fine. Because, like I said, I acknowledge the fact that they're, what are they going to do? It's the same thing. I know you brought up Die Hard, and dude, I'll be right there with you. I'm a huge fan of Die Hard. Are you kidding me? But at one point, Bruce Willis can no longer be John McClane, right?
But to be fair, at that point, just stop doing Die Hard.
Exactly. But
Just stop doing Die Hard.
But what I don't want to happen with the Ghostbusters franchise, and this is why I didn't like the reboot as much. I enjoyed it, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably like the lone one that I enjoyed it for what it was. I was
ladies
entertained for
one?
what?
The ladies one?
Yeah, the 2016 one. Yeah, it was all no. But for a separate movie, I didn't acknowledge it because it's not in the Ghostbuster universe.
But
I
did
still
they show up in it?
as different characters. That's my point. So that's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
My point is, do not neglect. What's the word? Don't omit what happened. Don't forget what happened. Don't forget the past. Don't forget about the legacy of what made the Ghostbusters. If you want to continue on the stories, right, with a different generation, then that's fine. I get it. Like I said, these characters are too old to carry on, but don't forget about what came before. That's it. It's as simple as that.
I'm with you, and this is bridging it. This is bridging it, but I don't want them to do what Halloween's doing, which is, hey, it's Laurie's family. That's what's gonna continue. It was the mom, then it was the daughter. Now it's the daughter's daughter, and it's like at some point, break away from that. You know. So with Ghostbusters, I don't need them to necessarily break away from the old. I just need them to go into the future and build off of what the old has done. And this is how you do it.
Don't forget where you came from. That's it. That's as simple as that. Don't, and it's the same thing with Star Wars, dude. It was the same simple thing with Star Wars. It's when you veer off a path. I'm not saying you had to stick with the Skywalker saga for the rest of your life, but when you veer off a certain path and you forget where Star Wars was made and what the inspirations that created Star Wars. That's what the shows are doing, but that's what the movies failed to do.
Right.
And that's what I hope, that if they are going to continue this franchise, just remember what came before, and that's it.
Right. And it takes someone passionate. Like the director for this is passionate about Ghostbusters.
That's his dad. I mean, that's his dad. Like, yeah, I mean, it's literally in the family. He grew up on the set. He was actually he was an extra with a speaking role in Ghostbusters 2.
Right. And that's how I view the Mandalorian. Dave Filoni is not really people, but is, for all intents and purposes,
pretty much
George Lucas's son.
Yeah.
So when he approaches Star Wars, he wants to utilize what George built rather than trying to create something so absurdly new that it creates a whole new venture of Star Wars. He'd rather build on what exists.
Well, you told me something that I never even knew. I didn't know Lucas's daughter directed an episode.
Yeah, not of The Mandalorian, of Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no idea, but that's that's carrying on the forefront of the legacy and just legacy. carrying the torch, and then that's fine. But there's just ways to do it, and from what we've gotten from these trailers, and that's why I'm so excited. And and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it regardless. But I hope I am not only entertained, but I hope I leave the theater smiling, which I think I will.
I think I will too. Like I said, I think just off of Paul Rudd, I will. That'll be accomplished. There.
Yeah. Jonathan?
All right, Joe, let the people know what you got coming up this week.
Well, what do I got coming up? Dude, right after this, we're going to go on my channel and we're going to pretty much do the same exact thing that I did. So I'm going to I don't want to rehash everything I said on here, but we're going to do that. On Wednesday, you're going to be included in this. We're going to be doing our Midnight Mass spoiler review. Yep. Long time coming. Series has been out on Netflix for a while. And then on Friday night at around 8 o'clock, we're going to be doing our top 5 Adam Sandler films.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm a little excited. And also too, I want you to join in. This is another thing that dropped a little while ago, and I'm a little late to the game. Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett.
I can't wait to do that with you.
Reaction trailer.
Yeah.
Trailer reaction. Sorry.
Yep.
I'm not going to do a reaction trailer. I don't know how to make a trailer. So yeah, we're going to do a trailer reaction to the Book of Boba Fett probably on Wednesday, if you're free, before we go to midnight mass. Okay. And of course, also, because you're a part of it, we just recorded live earlier today. We did our Monday morning quarterback. I swear, guys, I have not been wearing this all day. I just put this on now because it's cold in this room. But Monday morning quarterback
sweatshirt all day. So
well, dude, it's I mean, it's a sweatshirt. What are you
here's
gonna
the crazy thing. It's not even cold in my house.
But it's not. Dude, I went to move my car earlier today for alternate side right after we were done with Monday morning quarterback. I went out with a winter hat and this. I was sweating my balls off. I was like, what the hell?
I'm sweating now. So yeah.
I can't tell. Well, I don't know why it's so chilly in this room though. It's weird.
Yeah, it is chilly where I am. But make sure, guys, Just Your Average Joe, Instagram and YouTube, check him out. I'm usually there, but if I'm not, he still has amazing content without me. Not as good without me, but
it's not as quality, but yes.
It's okay. No, but seriously, do go on there. There's already videos up of so much stuff that Joe has tackled. So go there, check it out. And this is all we got for you guys. Like Joe said, I'm going to be doing it with him, and Joel actually wants to join.
Let's go. Yeah.
So, all right, guys, thank you for tuning into this, and stay tuned for so much more to come for GVN and Just Your Average Joe. Till next time. Peace.